Hi everyone, it is Yang here. In this training tutorial, I'd like to talk about how to use an SD card to implement data logging on NJNX PLC, also transfer the data via FTP, and eventually display and analyze data in Microsoft Power BI. Okay, let's get started. In this example, we utilize NX 102-9000 CPU, and a SD memory card. Software. We use Sysmac Studio programming software, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, as well as a FTP client software. The testing device is only set up for local network connection. If you want to use remote network connection, router or internet connection is required. If your application is for industrial application, you can consider using Omron SD memory card, which is designed for real tough industrial environment applications. In this example, I just chose a third-party 16 GB memory card. Because of SD card format limitation, you cannot use larger SD card like 250 GB, 500 GB, even 1 TB. Unfortunately, they are not compatible with NX PLCs at the moment. Important. Only the ASCII code can be used for specifying a file name. FAT16 and FAT32 formats are available, don't support EFAT32 or NTFS Windows format. NX are using QNX operating system, not Windows operating system. 2 GB per file in maximum. You can utilize much larger SD card like this example. I am using 16 GB, actually, as long as you can format the SD card to FAT32 format, it will be supported. First thing first, before we carry out the SD card data logging, it is necessary to format the SD card in correct format. As you have known, Omron NX are using QNX operating system, no support for Windows operating system, therefore the NX PLC only recognize FAT16 or FAT32 format, no support for exFAT or NTFS formats. If you have formatted the SD card already, it is no need to carry out this initialization. There are quite many FTP software on the market, so in this trial, I chose FileZilla's FTP client software. If you would like to log the data to Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, Dropbox etc., you can choose Profession version. In this training video, I only do offline testing, so free version is good enough. This solution could be a simple and economical version IoT solution. Now, we can start to program the PLC, make a testing program.
Okay, so let's take a look at how can we make a program to talk to the SD card. Firstly, we can double check our SD card. Yes, like from here, so I already create its data logging CSV file. For the testing, probably I just deleted this one because I want to show you how it works later. Yeah, I just deleted this CSV file. Yeah, and now it's been deleted. So probably we have a look how to set up the FTP first. For the setting up the FTP, it's pretty straightforward. You just come to the control. Okay, we just carry on talk about how to set up the FTP. In this inbuilt Ethernet IP port setting, you just scroll down, go to find FTP's options. In default, actually, this one is non-use. You need to take these options and input this port number. Normally, we just use the default port number 21 log names. This is case sensitive, so please be careful with this one, and you put its kind of password. So once you've done that, you can build the project, like to check your project and build the controller and transfer to the PLC. So that's pretty much for the FTP setting, and we just have a look at how to make a program to read the SD card and also to create a SV file. This is you can find all of the function block from here on the toolbox. There is a section that's purely for SD's memory card. We do have all of these function blocks. You can use them for file readings, merge together, or create a path, files, create open, reading, whatever. Normally, for this kind of programming, we need a file opens in the beginning, and there is a triggers. You can put it the triggers in the front, like this one. I just put it one sub triggers in the front, and put this files opens as interlock. So once you trigger it, it will be on all the time. So we have this one. This one actually is how it works. It's this files just store the data to the SD card, and this one is the file close. Actually, it's when you done the sending over all of the data, you need to put a condition to close the file as well. Yeah. So that's pretty much for the procedure. So we make it to work. In between this file open and file close, I just put those. We can have a look. Just go online with the PLC, so that you can see this one as we trigger it, and this one will be initialized, and then we get the PLC times and convert it to the data string, because only the data string can be stored onto the SD card CSV file, and also on the top there is we just use a simple programming skill to create its variable value. This one you can see it's changing all the time. So and also the same thing. So we just do the integer to the string conversion. So eventually to use this instruction to get 3 of these, actually 4 of them, some variables data together, and to this log registers words. So and this one will put it onto the SD card. So we can see what's happening. So like before, we can have a look at the SD card. This is the SD card. At the moment, it's nothing there. So we can trigger it, and now you can see how it works. So we just trigger it, and then because this is a one-shot trigger, we only trigger it once. It's okay. Then we just come back to the SD card and to see what's happening, and we can turn it off. Okay, we just carry on. We have looked the memory card. Since last time we triggered it, and we will be able to see the files being logged to the memory card. And now we just have a look. How can we say I want to show you how to put another function block there. So this time, we come to the SD card and go to File Open. Just drag and drop. Yeah, because I want to show you in the beginning, we put it log file.csv, means this is an Excel file. If you put .log, which means will be a text file. So for this one, we also need to give it another instance name, like file 1. For this one, you need to put the symbols. Okay, we put a single quotation mark. Name it log file dot log, which means we are creating a text file. And the other one is this is a tricky one. Actually, this function block contains multiple functions. Not only for opening the file. If you set up like this one, I just get the underscore E F O one E underscore. Like we say, this function block can do multiple things. If you want to create a file, also do the reading and writing, you're gonna choose this internal control words. We just do the comparison. It's suppose it's this one. Yeah. So once we done that, we can put some file variables of file open easy one file open error. All of these will become internal variables. You can say will be internal variables deleted. Yeah, otherwise when you do the compiling, we'll definitely to cause some errors. Yeah, see, that's the one we. Yeah, that's the one we create. Those two, and also the file open error ID one, because we already has these ones for the variables has to be unique one. You can't reuse the variables unless you want to. Yeah, it's because it's for different function blocks. You better create a separate one as well. So after that, we can just compile our program. Oh, okay. That was the problem because I forgot to put a single quotation mark. And this time should be okay. So we can just double check and also build the project as well. Make sure that there is no problem at all. So now we can transfer to the PLC to see what's happening. So we just go online again, and this time we just click on the synchronize. See, because we have changed the program, that's why you can see from the POU the program 0 is different than the existing PLC. So we can click on this transfer to controller, means download your program to the controller. So we click on this one, download, synchronizing. It's done. Okay, so now we can have a look at the result. Actually, we can click on this memory card. So you can see at the moment we can see two files. One is created by this function block. The other one is created by this function block. Like I said, for this function block is not only for opening the file, also you can use this function block to create a file, either CSV file or the text document file. So normally probably the CSV file is easier because we can put it onto the Excel file, and also we can easily to share with other Microsoft software. That's pretty much it for the programming. How can we use the function block, like create the files, open the file, and to generate some data, put the data together, and store onto the SD card. Once you're happy with all of these, you can just open and close. And this one is like we from here, so we can trigger to close it, reset the. So that's pretty much about the procedure how to make a program for the SD memory card communication. I'll attach this examples programs for subscribers download. If you want to download this programs, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you.
Once we have done the program, make sure using function block to read and write data to SD card. The next step is to see how use FTP software tool to acquire the data, then load it to Power BI, finally analyze data in Power BI.
Okay, this time we want to have looks how can we use FTP software to remote to get access about the logging file. Firstly, like we can pin the PLC's IP address. For the PLC, I'm just using the 192.168.250.1. This is a default IP address. So you can see it's working, and then we can come to here, like the IP address. Actually, I'm just using this FTP's client software. Yeah, this is a free version. If you do have a professional version, you even can use this FTP file to connect to the Google Drive or some Microsoft drives or whatever. So you can store your data to the cloud as well. Then maybe it's a economical solution for data logging. So my username is my name. So this is a case sensitive, and the password. Then we just type in the port. Normally we just use 21. So we just have a look. See, we just already got connected, and this is the file tray of the SD card, which is inside the PLC, NX102 PLC. So I open the memory card. See, this is the one we log the data. So we can easily just drag to US local computers. See, that's the one. And then we even can open this log file as well. See, that's the files we created this morning. So later on, I can show you how to use Power BI to analyze the data. So this is Microsoft Power BI. It's definitely a very powerful products. You can say you can almost use everything to import your data to the Power BI. They support all of the databases and also even cloud, whatever. But for our example, we just use the Excel file, so we can choose just get the data from the Excel file. Like this one, I just put that log file onto a SD card. It's in my computer. I just open it up. So we can see we got all of these data. Once we get all of these data, so we can use this visualizations, a different bar or the pipe, a different tool to display or analyze the data, whatever you want. Okay, so let's have a look. We already load our data onto the Power BI, and then you can definitely to grab anything, bar or pipe or whatever, so you can do further data analysis, like for the displays. From here, I just only show you how it works. So if you want to add in the data, you can just drag in like a column 1 for the x-axis and column 2 to the y-axis, then column 3 for the legend, whatever. So there's you can see so many ways to analyze your data, to display your data, and eventually you can generate some fancy report and present to your manager. That's pretty much for this training tutorials I can cover. Thank you very much. Bye bye.